Hello, NHT Global Partners. Andreas Papakostas here. I'm going to be sharing with you a training that has helped me and has helped many people that has followed it. And it's really about, again, making appointments to fuel your NHT Global growth. And it's always an honor to do these trainings. I'm honored to be part of the leadership team here in regards to offering training, and we got some of the best trainers here, not just in NHT, but really in the industry of direct sales, really learning from our founding distributors, Joe Garcia and Dan Cato, and really following in their footsteps of their success. And this is a training that, again, has helped me tremendously. And everything that I train is all based on experience, and this is something that I think is going to help many of you kind of have I guess, a psychological switch. So because there's so many concepts and styles and systems and things that can be created and they change, but some of the things that never change are principles and fundamentals. And I truly believe here, with our leadership, there is no other organization in direct sales that I truly believe that is consistent in the message and trainings of fundamentals and principles. And so today I'm going to go over really the daily method of operation that perhaps may have, again, that's common. But again, I'm just going to throw a little a focus shift here for each and every one of you in really helping you, again, go from $300 a month maybe to $1,200 a month by, again, tweaking the focus on what you should do on your daily method of operation. Let's face it, listen, for those of you that are serious about building their NHT Global business, and again, we have many people that we bring on board, or they're on board. Perhaps you're brand new, perhaps you've been with us for a while. The reality is, if you don't have a daily method of operation of what you're going to do, that's going to move you closer to again, momentum and building your organization, you can't really expect any results or any growth. And so the one thing that must happen is to establish a daily method of operation. Every business, every employee, once they punch in, right, what do? They have certain tasks that they have to complete. They have certain to-dos that have to happen. They have to do it through a certain deadline. And when you own your own business, you got to make sure that everything is functioning. So if you want to build a thriving business, especially on a part-time basis, this is great for those that are very, very busy. It's a great focus for those that want to do it on a part-time basis and really get into business momentum, get into that organizational growth that you can have if you, again, focus on the MNDAC. So MDC is basically minimal daily contacts. We were all taught, I remember even back then, we all talked, listen, it's a numbers game. If you talk to this amount of people, you'll get this amount of people interested. You'll enroll this amount. You'll get this much customers. It's all about the numbers. Although that is true, my goal is to enhance the growth of your organization. And it's not about calls, because the reality is not many people pick up the phone anymore like we used to, right? So making dials to leave messages perhaps may not be as productive as it used to be. So really, the shift of what people need to have to increase the chances of enrollments, to increase the chances of getting orders, to increase the chances of sponsoring somebody, is to have minimal new daily appointment creations. I'm going to say that again. It's not about minimal daily contacts, because you can dial 10 people, right? And you didn't talk to anybody. You did your goal, but if you didn't talk to anybody, there is no growth in that, okay? So you must have a minimal new daily appointment creation. What's so funny is that when I put this picture up here of the planner, this is exactly the same planner that I've been using, gosh, for maybe 15 years right now. So this feels really at home with what I'm going to teach you because it's exactly, again, what I do. So again, put that down, write that down. You want to be focusing daily on having a minimal new daily appointment created. Okay. And we're going to dive into that. But before I do that, I want to share a story. Okay. A story of a bull and a pheasant out in the farm. Bull is, grazing on the ground, on the grass. The pheasant's grazing by picking the ticks out of the bull, and they're kind of partners there, right? And the pheasant was talking to the bull, and they said, you know what? There was a day where I could fly and go to the highest trunk of that tree over there, that branch over there, and I can't even get to the lowest branch now. And so the bull said to the pheasant, no problem. I'm going to help you. If you just eat, okay, and peck away on my dung, okay. Many people use my dung for fertilization and just growth happens. I truly believe that if you feed off my dung, you'll get the nutrients that you need, and you'll be able to fly like you did. And the pheasant was kind of like, what are you talking about? And the bull said, trust me, if that's what you want to do, I can help you by doing that. So the pheasant listened to the bull, right? So pheasant started pecking away at the bull's dung. And lo and behold, after 2 days, what happens? The pheasant started flying. And wow, I am able to fly. And he's looking at the view, right? He's looking at the view and he's like, wow, this is a great view. And I haven't seen this view for a long time. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the bull's dung. And guess what happens next? A local farmer, sees a nice, healthy, fat pheasant up in the tree. And what does he do? Shoots it down. He shoots it down. There goes the pheasant. So, what's the moral of the story? Pay attention to this because this is huge, and this is why I'm doing this training here today. The moral of the story is even bullshit can sometimes get you to the top, but it will never let you stay there. I'm going to read this again. Even bullshit can sometimes get you to the top, but bull crap alone will never let you stay there. This is so important. We have so many people, and unfortunately in this profession, they're the pretenders out there, the people that want you to follow them into the promised land. There's a lot of them out there, folks. Number one, first and foremost, don't bull crap your way to the top, okay? This is why everything we teach here, everything we teach here in our leadership are proven, have been taught. It's not what sounds good. It's not what we think looks good. It's about what has been proven, what is working, and this is why you see the growth that NHC Global is having. This is why you see people from all walks of life come into NHC Global and, again, can retail some products and follow our system and get started by doing our Getting Started training, which gives us a snapshot of where you are and where you want to go. And from there, we have everything in place to help you build a business and get to where your goals are. So this is very, very important. And I can't stress this enough. I can't really stress this enough. And this is why I'm here. When you take a look at our founding distributors, Dan Cato and Joe Garcia, okay, if I had to say the consistency, the authenticity, the transparency that comes with this type of business and comes with this type of leadership, there is no doubt in my mind that we have the finest leadership, the finest professionalism, the finest transparent people, business people in this industry and even outside of this industry. And I can't stress this enough because you can have some great trainings, but if you are not partnered with the people that kind of steer the ship of the field, so to speak. That is the connection between the distributors and also corporate. If you don't have the right people, the right vision, the right attitude, the right energy, it's never going to last, folks. And here we are 17 years strong, and we really haven't got started. I mean, we got started, and we're started, and we're going. But when you take a look at what these fine business partners have done in this industry to many people around the world, it's an honor to, again, be able to share training and experience that, again, are not what sounds good. It's not what looks good. It's what actually works if you actually execute, you implement, you execute. And so I'm very grateful to them. And I'm just really excited about what the next 20, 30 years is going to look like. Again, third-party credibility and just things that where we're at compared to what so many companies are at right now, it's almost a no-brainer to get really serious about your NHT Global business. Again, whether it's making a few hundred, a few thousand, a career income, a lifestyle, whatever that is for you, whatever it is that you're going to do it 100%. And then you can also teach those that would like to be in a situation that you're in, and again, be able to dream again and achieve again, because we can't do that with jobs, folks. It's the reality. A job gives you a living, and entrepreneurship creates a lifestyle. So let's get started here in regards to appointments. And this is going to be, again, not a long training video, but it's going to be a short one, but it's going to be a very powerful one. And I want to kind of give you my definition of an appointment, why it's so important to make appointments and make that a focus on a daily basis. It's a mutual agreement. Okay, that's what an appointment is. A mutual agreement that another encounter between the parties will occur to discuss whatever interest level and questions there are for a potential order, an enrollment, a referral, or not interested. Okay, wouldn't you want to know that there's a potential order? Wouldn't you want to know that there's a potential enrollment or a potential referral? Or wouldn't you want to know that that person you talk to is just not interested? Okay, we want to know that, right? And the only way that we get to do that is to make sure that we focus on making appointments every single time we have a connection or a communication with somebody. Okay, so again, very, very important. If you have no appointments, guess what? Your business is not open. It's closed, especially when you have a 24-hour, 7 days a week online store, a business model that opens for people to build 24/7, right? If you're not making an appointment, it's just like having a store without being marketed or promoted with the doors open and hoping that people just walk in. Okay, so no orders, no enrollments, no growth, no income. I'm sure you're not on this training to not have any orders or not have any enrollments. You want to grow, you want to make income, right? So it's a slight psychological shift to not just doing the numbers, but focusing on having an appointment. Because if you have an appointment, there's a potential for an order, an enrollment, a referral, or a decision, so you know what to do with that person or not. So again, that's your definition. Now, to make appointments, we need to communicate, right? We need to connect with people, okay? If you're in this business and you're not communicating or connecting with people, you're going to have to find another business. And there is no other entrepreneurship business that doesn't allow you or need for you to communicate and connect with people. Now, today, folks, we can communicate and connect with people like never before. I mean, our smartphones today, it's kind of sad. So it's for me, at least, I'm an old fashioned. I still like to talk to people. But what's sad is when I call people, nobody answers the phone. But the moment I send an SMS text or a Facebook message, man, that response is like in 2 seconds. Okay, everyone's got their ringer on off. So they don't ignore you. It's just that they don't hear it because their ringer is on off. Why? Because, again, multitasking on texting is more than if you were actually holding a phone and talking. And that's just the world we live in today. In some parts, it's worse than others. In some parts, it's not as advanced as others. But again, it's just another way to communicate and connect with people. We can communicate and connect with people by texting. Okay. Most people now communicate via texting. That's about sharing, showing. It's all through that type of message. You can even do Facebook messaging. I think there's I don't even know what the numbers are, but the people that use Facebook messaging to connect versus text messaging, I think is actually even higher. So again, I'm just showing you different ways. LinkedIn, people are now using the Messenger. They've updated LinkedIn to the point where it actually works like Facebook. And you can actually text message via the LinkedIn platform. I still use email. Believe it or not, I feel like email's kind of slightly coming back. Why? Because when people are focused on their computer, on their laptop, again, they want to get away from the noise. They take one email at a time. So I think that's coming back. Again, it may not in some areas of the world, but that's another form of communication. Skype messaging, Skype calling. There's so many. There's WhatsApp. There's FaceTime. There's so many ways that you can communicate and connect with people more so today than ever before. Okay. And so when you're communicating, again, we know about building relationships and asking questions, but this training is not about that. We got phenomenal training on how to prospect people, whether you want to prospect them directly, whether you want to prospect indirectly. Joe Garcia's got an amazing training on that on steamteam.ca. Okay. Or you're communicating, connecting with people. You're doing that to share the opportunity potential. You're doing that to ask, who do they know? And I'm going to give you some examples of how you use your planner and how you use this screen that I'm sharing with you to be able to, again, make appointments. So it's all about doing this to make appointments. If you don't have an appointment, there's no follow-ups. If there's no follow-ups, there's no business growth. Okay. And again, I want to stress this because this is very important for those of you that are watching. Posting in any social media platform, okay, is not communicating or prospecting. I see so many people who will take a webinar and just kind of share and post it. Don't put anything on there. Now, it's all part of branding, but it's not prospecting. It's not really communicating. It's basically passive marketing is what it is. And you don't want to build your business in NHT Global through passive marketing. Now, this isn't a branding training. This isn't about marketing training. Again, if you take a look at some of our platforms of webinars that we have, it can help you on how do you use branding, how do you use posts, how to use passive marketing. I'm talking about connecting and communicating through these platforms that I just shared with you. But posting on social media and hoping and waiting and praying that somebody's going to reach to you is not entrepreneurship. It is not a system of growing. It's part of potential branding. And again, I don't want to go into that because, again, that's just a different topic. So again, it's all about creating appointments. Okay. And what do you do when it comes to appointments? When do you schedule appointments? Okay. This is where I see a lot of people making an error. This is something that, again, that I used to evaluate myself. And when I switched this, it made a significant impact in my enrollments and also in my orders. Okay. And so when do you schedule appointments? Are you ready? Always. You always schedule appointments unless somebody tells you they are not interested. You are always scheduling an appointment to follow up with them within 24 to 48 hours. Use that as a rule of thumb. 24 to 48 hours. Appointments to connect, appointments to follow up, appointments to check in with them. We're going to cover that because that's when you should be checking in with all your customers, right? As wasted opportunities for reorders and also sponsor and also referrals. Also appointments to introduce. Okay, introduce maybe your sponsor, your upline partner, maybe introduce somebody that's got a testimonial. Appointment, appointment, appointment. Every single day, we're focused on making new daily appointment creations in addition to all the follow-ups that we scheduled that day from previous days. So when you have a new appointment that you created for that day, along with follow-up appointments that you created from previous days, you are now into momentum within your business. So when do we make appointments? Okay. Anyone that accepts to review product information, okay, you've connected, you've communicated on texting, on Skype, on email, however, right? And somebody who's interested in reviewing product information, maybe it's the stem renewal webinar, maybe it's the Skindulgence webinar, maybe it's the omega-3 essential fatty acids webinar, whatever it is, they've accepted to review information, okay? Whatever it is, whatever. I see so many people that don't make that next follow-up appointment. They give the information, they give the link to the webinar, they give whatever they requested, and that was it. They're like, great, I'd love to hear about it, and that's it. And no, before you terminate that connection, okay, hey, when will you be able to review that information, that webinar? Will you be watching it tonight? Because I'd like to contact you tomorrow so you can tell me what questions you have and tell me how you feel about the information you just watched. Does tomorrow at 6 o'clock work? Does tomorrow at 12 o'clock work? You are always in control of the next appointment. If not, and especially if you're busy, you're basically all that effort that you do to communicate, right? It just kind of went out the window. It just went out the window. If you've gotten somebody, how can I get some information on the ARL? Well, just go to my website. Okay, fantastic. If that's all you do, that was just a waste. Oh, well, when can I reach out to you? I'd love to know what you saw. And if you have any questions, I'd like to help answer them. Is it okay if I can reach out to you later tonight? Yes, boom. Write it down. Write down that time. Remember what the definition of appointment is. It's a mutual agreement between two parties, right? To decide what the next step is, to decide how they felt about the information, to decide will there be another exposure to them or not. So that's very important. Number 2, anyone that orders a product from you, offline or online, you buy a product, oh, thank you very much. Oh, you're going to love it. This is how you take it, blah, blah, blah. Great. Oh, awesome. I can't wait to experience it. Okay, fine. Where's the next appointment? If you follow my customer follow-up guide, okay, always make sure, especially online, that when you can track the package and when they're going to get the package, you want to make sure that they received it. So that's an appointment. So when you call them, before you hang up, you make sure in 2 weeks you contact them. Say, I'm going to call you in 2 weeks around this time, blah, blah, blah. I want to see that you're taking it correctly. And again, some people experience changes and they notice something within that time. I don't know if that's going to be you or not, but I'm going to call you at blah, blah, blah at this time. Boom. That's an appointment. Okay. 2 weeks after that, they should be ready to reorder if they're taking it correctly, right? And again, so everything is in your control. You make it into an appointment. When somebody places an order offline from you, they buy it from you, great. Listen, when are you going to start using this product? I'm going to start using it tomorrow. Fantastic. Listen, I'm going to give you a call in a couple of days. Again, what is the rule of thumb? Within 24 to 48 hours. And I want to make sure that everything is okay. All right? Make that into an appointment. So again, when you call, they're expecting it. It's a mutual agreement. Okay? You're in control. Anyone who meets with you for coffee to learn about NHT. I know many of us do one-on-ones. We meet at the local coffee. We share the presentation. We share the one-page summary guide that's available to you, right? And sometimes they just don't make the decision right then and there. They say, I'm going to go home. I'm going to review it with my spouse. And then, I'll get back to you. And most people say, great. If you have any questions, give me a call. No. You don't allow them to call you because guess what happens? It happens to you. You go back home, something else happens. There's a million things that are going on. It's not that they lost interest. They will lose interest. But life happens, and it's not just their priority like you think it may be, even though they're excited. So when somebody says, I'm going to get back to you, oh, fantastic. Listen, are you going to be reviewing this with your husband tonight or tomorrow? Okay. Oh, I said tomorrow. Listen, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow night. This way, if your husband has any questions, if he's the decision maker, I'd like to say hello to him as well. I'd like to give you a call around 7 o'clock tomorrow if that's okay with you. Okay. Make that an appointment. I'm going to review the products before I make a decision. Fantastic. Which products are you going to review? What information would you like for you to review? Would you like a webinar? Would you like a brochure? Do you want me to give you my retail store where you can click on the ingredients? Whatever that is, great. Okay, when will you be able to review that? Because I'd like to get back to you and see if I can answer any questions since it's fresh in your head. Okay, make that into an appointment. You never leave anybody who's interested, who didn't say no to you, you never leave that engagement unless the next appointment is scheduled. I see this error happen so many times. If anyone who attends a live presentation, whether it's at your house, whether it's on a live webinar on Saturday, or at a hotel meeting, whether you're there or not, if you invited somebody to an event in another country that's happening, fantastic. I'm going to give you a call that night. I'd love to get your excitement on what you thought. How did you feel about it? 7 p.m. Would that work? Would that give you enough time to get back home? Right? Great. 7 p.m. Boom. Write it down. Calling so-and-so. Now we have a mutual agreement. Now there's a potential of an order. There's a potential of an enrollment. There's a potential of a referral. There's a potential that they're not going to be interested. I'll have an answer, but I'm always in control. Anyone you sponsored a new distributor, fantastic. You welcome them, right? You enroll them, fantastic. When is the next appointment with them? Getting started, right? When will you be able to do the getting started? Can you do it within the 24, 48 hours? Okay, great. Let's go over. I want to review it. I want to see what your goals are. Hopefully you've gotten that information while you were prospecting, but if not, you can go over it with them. How about I give you a call? We get together a Wednesday at 6 p.m. Doesn't work. How about 8 p.m.? No, how about the next day in the morning or in the afternoon? Always make an appointment with the next engagement. You know when your next encounter is with those individuals. You are in control of it. Okay? So every day you will have new appointments created, plus follow-up appointments you created from the past. Because remember, not every appointment you make, you're going to be meeting with them or talking to them that day. Okay? So new appointments created, plus follow-up appointments on a consistent basis is business momentum. Who here would like to have their organization into momentum? Interesting. And this is something very, very simple, just shifting your focus on appointments. So I want you to ask yourself this. How many new appointments were created in the past 2 weeks? Ask yourself that question. How many follow-up appointments were scheduled? Think about that. Okay? If everyone in my organization did what I did the past 2 weeks, would I have a growing organization, and would I be happy? If the answer is no, I would not have a growing organization, and no, I would not be happy, it's because you haven't made any appointments. If there's no appointments, what do we say? There's no orders. There's no sponsoring. There's no referrals, right? There's no growth. So don't focus on how many people you need to talk to, because here's the reality. You may have to communicate and connect with 3 people to make 1 appointment. Maybe you talk to 1 and you make an appointment. Fantastic, right? So if everybody in your organization did what you did in the last 2 weeks, would you be happy? Okay. So that's how you can judge where you are at in your NHT Global business. Okay, so now, reminders. This is very important. Unless somebody says they have no interest, schedule the next follow-up appointment before you disengage from that communication. It's very important. Again, this is the difference between $300 and $3,000 a month. Rule of thumb for the next appointment, always 24 to 48 hours unless they tell you otherwise. Here's my rule of thumb. I did a training on this. When somebody says, oh, no, this week's going to be bad, I'll get back to you, next week, or I don't know, whenever I get, okay, listen, I don't want to be bothering you. I know you said you have an interest. So if I don't hear from you over the next 5 to 6 days, will you allow me to give you a call? The response is always 99.9% yes. So guess what? I just took the control back. I asked their permission and allowance for me to call them back, and they said yes. Everybody will say yes. Okay? So again, use that as a rule of thumb. Now imagine if every distributor within your organization creates the minimum. And what's the minimum? 1 new appointment a day. If everybody in your organization created 1 new appointment a day, who can create 1 new appointment a day? Anybody. New, those who've plateaued, those who are exploding, it doesn't matter who you are. If you are working part-time, you are working full-time, anybody can do 1 new appointment a day. Think about the ease of this and what happens. So what's your next steps? Okay. Your next steps is you decide what your minimal, new daily appointment creation will be for you. Okay. Decide that today, right after this training. You just watched this training. What is that for you? The minimum is 1. Okay. I'll tell you what mine is. Mine is 2. I create 2 new appointments 3 times a week. Okay? That is 6 new appointments a week. Okay? Now, sometimes I do more than that, but again, that's my minimum. All right? So decide what that will be for you. Make sure you have a planner, calendar, appointment book. Some of you guys are doing it online on your mobile phones. That's great. I still old school. I still like to use the planner, the one that I showed you. Why? Because I like to see it. It's there in front of me. I can see the entire week. I hate my trigger fingers where I have to always click. But whatever works for you, okay? If you don't have a planner or calendar, it's just strictly to put down appointments, not your to-do list, just scheduled appointments. Because you've heard the saying, right? If you show me your planner, I can tell you what your bank account looks like. There's a reason for that, right? Appointments create growth. No appointments, no growth. Okay? So show me your planner and I'll show you your bank account. Okay? You have people saying, well, I talked to all these people. I don't know. How many appointments did you make? Because now it shifts. It shifts from just talking to people to getting a follow-up appointment. Because that's what's going to grow your business, not just making the contacts. Okay? Share your minimal new daily appointment creation with your sponsor and upline partner. Okay? Because here, if it's minimum one appointment, it's very easy for your sponsor to also help you and keep you accountable, right? And remember, this is your goal. It's not one. If it's 4 a day, fantastic. Those who are working this full time should be able to get 8 to 15 new appointments a day, every single day. Okay? So share that with your sponsor and your upline partner and hold yourself accountable for it. The minimum of minimal daily, new daily appointment creation. If it's done consistent, it can change your world. It can change your world. Okay? So here's my planner, right? So I want to show you how simple it is by just following, again, a minimal new daily appointment creation. So I'm going to kind of give you a scenario. I kind of blocked off some time. Then some people work from 9 and get a little lunch break. And again, they work again. And then here they spend some time with their kids. So they got some time here. And, so again, again, this is going to be different for different people. I want to share with you, right, how simple it is to focus on creating 1 new appointment a day, right? So let me go ahead and make sure that I get a pointer here. I'm going to get a pen here. We'll do a pen. And so, okay, so it's Monday, okay? And again, it's I'm going to show you again a very quick version of working your NHC Global business in 1 week. Okay, let's just say you're working it three times a week, and my goal is to make one new appointment every single day. Okay, so it's Monday. So I decided to text Sophia. Okay, she would like to look 10 years younger in 30 minutes. I'm going to ask her, do you like to look? I got a product system that can help you look 10 years younger in 30 minutes. I want you to try it. Okay, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything. Would you be open to that? Okay, and I want to schedule a pickup. So I text her. Okay, now as I do that, that's one contact. I didn't make an appointment yet. Okay, so let's just say Sophia in an hour or 30 minutes or 5 minutes where it comes back and says, yeah, I'd like to try it. So you schedule a pickup. Sophia's going to pick up at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, Sophia, pickup. Okay, I don't need more than a 15-minute block. So I just created one appointment. Okay, boom. For Monday, that's one. All right, I Facebook message Alan if he's, available for coffee this week. I want to pick his brain. Okay, I want to pick his brain regarding business expansion I'm going to have in the area, and I want to get his opinion on a couple of things. All right, I want to schedule a coffee time appointment. He texts back and he's like, he's available on Friday morning. Fantastic. Does 9 o'clock work? 9 o'clock work. We're going to meet at Starbucks. Okay, so Starbucks. This is an appointment, so I write down all my appointments. Right, Starbucks on Friday. I try not to go more than 30 minutes, okay? So I block off 30 minutes. I'll put in his number in here, blah, 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 blah. The location of Starbucks will go in here. Boom. Guess what? I just made 2 appointments today. That's it. I did my goals. Now, I'm not going to stop there because that was too easy, right? I'm gonna just kind of connect and communicate with some people, okay? I'm going to call and see if maybe John is interested in, I don't know, if he's free this Saturday. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to tell him about a business model that I'm growing. I was thinking of him the other day. Again, this is not a prospecting training, so I'm not going to sit there and tell you the prospecting stuff. I'm just trying to get you to focus on, again, making an appointment. However you prospect, directly, indirectly, product or business or lifestyle, however that is for you. Okay, the goal is to get an appointment. So I call John to see if he's got 30 minutes this Saturday. We got webinars that we do at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. My business partner is going to be presenting the opportunity. I'd love for him to watch it because I'd like to partner up with him. Okay, so I send him a message. Okay, he may or may not contact me. Now remember, he may contact me the next day, and there could be another communication back and forth. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. He's not available on Saturday. Fantastic. I'm going to send him to my capture page. Will you at least give me 30 minutes to watch the recorded version of it? Okay, and he says yes, he will. Okay, when do you think you'll be able to give me 30 minutes to watch that? Okay, he says, he can probably do it Wednesday night when he comes after work. Fantastic. If I called you at 7 o'clock, okay, would that give you enough time for you to review it? And then and then we can connect. Right? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Great. John, follow up, 7 o'clock Wednesday. Okay. I actually just created another appointment. Okay. So now I'm good with this day, right? So now I have Sophia coming at 6 o'clock. She comes in at 6 o'clock. She picks up the kid. I said, listen, you're going to want to try it. I tell her how to do it, blah, 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 blah. Are you going to do it tonight? She goes, yeah, I'll try it tonight. Fantastic. Listen, I'd like to talk to you. Now, I know I'm blocked off for May 15th, so I'm not going to talk to her tonight. But listen, I'd like to get your feedback. Can I give you a call tomorrow during lunchtime? And then you can tell me what your experience was. She's like, yeah, that's why I take lunch about 12:30. Great. Can I give you a call at 12:30? Yes. Okay. Sophia. Follow up. Okay. I just made another appointment. Now, this was the new appointment. This is a follow-up appointment, so I'm not going to add another one here. I already made 3 new appointments. This was including her, okay? So now I have a follow-up appointment. Now, here comes Tuesday, right? So what I'm going to do Tuesday, I'm building my business today. I'm going to focus on my 1 new appointment a day, okay? I already know I have a follow-up appointment. So what do? I'm going to email my real estate agent, okay? I'm going to put a product special together, right? that my real estate agent, because I know my real estate agent gives gifts to her clients, I'm going to put a product special together that's going to include the Skindulgence, Time Restore Essence, and the eye cream, the ultimate anti-aging experience, right? And I'm going to put it together and offer a 20% discount if she buys 3 or more, okay? So I'm going to text her all this. Maybe I'll even email. I'll email this to her, blah, 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 blah. If you're interested, please contact me back. If I don't hear from you, I will give you a call and give you more details tomorrow. Again, my focus is what? 24 to 48 hours. So again, I'm going to call her tomorrow, real estate agent, as a follow-up. If I don't hear from her, if I hear from her, I may erase this and maybe she's not interested. Maybe she is. We're going to meet on the phone and create a new appointment. But again, I take control of everything that I do. I'm going to make it into an appointment. Okay? I'm going to contact Henry, my friend, who works out a lot at the gym. I'm going to ask him who is the personal trainer there. Okay? Because I want to connect with him. Henry tells me it's Paul. Okay? I ask, hey, I'll call the facility, Paul. Hey, listen, my good buddy works out there all the time. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, we just introduced a new active line product that you're going to want to at least know about because I know you come across people that are health conscious. I want to send you some information on the ingredients that are in our plant protein shake, as well as our drinks that are pre-workout and post-workout. It doesn't matter to you if you're interested afterwards or not, but I want to at least give you the information. We just launched it. You're one of the first few to know about it. Can I give you this information? Yeah, absolutely. Listen, when will you review this? Because I'd like to get back to you. As a matter of fact, I'd like to stop by and just say hello. When do you work out there? When do you train? Boom. I'm here from blah, blah, blah Thursdays from 2 to whatever. Okay, great. If I stop by at 6 o'clock on Thursday, could you give me 5 minutes of your time? Yeah, fantastic. Boom, Paul. Okay, I'm going to block off a half hour. Like I said, I'm going to put in the address. I'm going to put in the number. Boom. 1 new appointment today. By then, I got my real estate agents wanting to know a little bit more information. Okay, listen, I said, can I give you a call tomorrow at 12 o'clock? Will you have 5 minutes? Yes. Boom. I'll solidify. That's my second new appointment. Okay. I'm going to call a soccer coach and I'm going to let him know about a new product that we just introduced that's going to help his athletes, going to help his coaches, right? And I want to share some information. Okay, I'm going to get some feedback. I'm going to get a text back or something back. All right, I may just share the video through my text. Okay, and then once I give that information, now remember, my goal is to always schedule a follow-up. So what I'm going to do? Hey, Dave, when do you practice? You practice tomorrow? Great. How about I give you a call right before you start your practice? Would tomorrow at 3 o'clock? Would tomorrow at 3 o'clock work? Yeah, tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Great, fantastic, Dave. Boom, I just made 3. My goal was 1, but it's so easy to do 1. Why? I mean, this may even be just a 30-minute period of working my business. Think about that, okay? So I just did 2 days. I already made 6 appointments, but I also got my follow-ups, right? Now I got 3 follow-ups on Wednesday, and I'm also creating what? My goal is to create 1 new appointment, okay? I called some of my local friends to invite them to my Saturday event. I'm hosting a Saturday event. I'm doing a presentation from whatever. I could have blocked it off and put presentation, right? Listen, I'm doing a business grand launch. I'm going to be introducing a business and helping people how to generate another source of income without interrupting what they're currently doing with their career. And it doesn't matter to me if you join, it doesn't matter to you if you buy. What matters is that I at least shared it with you because it's going to be very big here in my local community. And I thought maybe it's something that you might want to at least look at it before you say yes or no. Can I count you in? Yeah, I'll come and check it out 1 at 10 o'clock. Okay, great. Boom. So here's my business opportunity. Okay, and I got one of my friends, John. John's coming. Okay, there's my 1. There's my 1 opportunity I did. Now I got 1 opportunity, but again, talking to my real estate agent, that may create an opportunity here. I got Dave, right? My coach. He may be interested. Maybe I'm going to invite him here, right? I got John over here. So again, I did my minimal daily new appointments plus my follow-ups that I created from before. I mean, think about this. Look at this week's page with a focus of just 1. Now, can you imagine if your planner at the minimal looked like this? on a weekly basis? Do you think you're going to build an organization? Oh my gosh, yes. Can you imagine if 10 people in your organization did this? Just one new creation a day. Really, look, I want you to really pay attention to this because this is a simple concept, a simple daily focus of just creating one new appointment a day. One focused new appointment a day can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 appointments, which means what? You have an opportunity out of the 15 that someone's going to order, someone's going to sponsor, someone's going to refer to you. Some may say no, and you don't have to worry about it, right? But if you focus on one new appointment a day, you always have people in your pipeline. You'll always have momentum into your business. And while you're doing this, you're going to add three-way calls. You're going to squeeze in a three-way call here. I want to introduce, hey, my real estate agent. I'm going to introduce you to my business partner who maybe has, done this before with real estate agents, and it's just somebody else giving you edification, right? John decides whatever, I'm going to follow up with him here. By that time, I have 3 new people in my organization. My distributor is going to introduce me to our new distributor here, and then I'll talk to another new distributor here. So you always see your appointments is what creates fuel for momentum into your business. This is important to understand. So forget about how many new people you're going to talk to, because you can talk to them and it doesn't mean anything. How many new appointments are you going to create through the communication and the conversations and the connections you're going to have with people on a daily basis? Can everybody here do one new appointment 3 times a week at the minimum? At the minimum. I think anybody can who has a serious interest in changing the quality of their life financially and also from a health perspective. And that's it, folks. I mean, that's how simple, as simple it is in regards to just changing your focus and building your business. And again, do this because, again, it is something that is very doable from a mental perspective for somebody who's very, very busy in their mind. One new person a day, you can do that while you're driving. You can do that while you're at home. You can do that while you're on your lunch break. You can do that while you're at your desktop computer. You can do that while you're out and about. You can do that when you're at gatherings and meetings. There's no excuses. One appointment a day can change the quality of your life financially and from a health perspective. So awesome. I did a webinar training on, again, part of you're making your appointments is, again, you're following up with people. I had a webinar training that I did on making your follow-up calls successful. I just think it's a great compliment to, again, the training we did here. I believe it's available on steamteam.ca, and it's also available on my 6 Plus Team Global recorded webinar page. It's just a great way to how to ask questions, what your focus is on your follow-up calls. But again, just think about making your goals a day on new appointments. And again, your NHT Global can explode. And you get a few people in your organization doing that and also teaching that and duplicating that. Global Ambassador is just literally in 2019 waiting for you. So I want to thank you guys for joining us here. I hope this training was useful, helpful. It's really all about, again, shifting your focuses on things that, again, work. These are principles and concepts and ideas that work. And if you execute them, you can also put your twist into it as well. And then, again, duplicate that in your organization. So thank you so much for joining us on this training. If there's anything I can do to help with any of the information I shared with you here today, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. There's my Skype information. And I'm looking forward to helping you build your dreams, in addition to everybody in the leadership team here that does a fantastic job with our trainings. Thanks for having us here, and we'll talk to you on the next webinar. Bye-bye, everyone.